Know that we are the American indigenous Indians. Copper color Indians, baby. A real Indian, American Indian is me, not from Africa. Remember that.
African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick, you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space.
And we are not Africans. We are not African. Are you an African, baby? I'm not no African. Nigga, you a lying motherfucker.
Yeah. Conscious. Matic. Alright, so far away I come from. I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense, but nowadays I don't worry about what's past tense. My younger days I used to hang around with mad friends. If we just fell out, I don't really know what happened. A lot of people come around and keep you stagnant, distraction. So you don't show them no compassion. We was really out here grinding, really rapping, stacking them Franklins, them Grants, and them Jacksons. Imagine if we would've never chased our passion. We probably would've never knew what happened. They was all just talk, we showed action. Once they leave, don't you let them back in. Just pack up all their stuff and send them packing. I'm blacking on anybody thinking they could act up with me. This vibe ain't for free, cause where I'm at in life, I'm only focused on me. Note the self, know yourself, focus on your health. They don't wanna help, then fuck it, do it by yourself. Don't give them no excuse to put you on the shelf. If it's me, myself, and I, then there's no one else. Yeah. Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Yeah, practice what you preaching, but clearly they not practicing entitlement and pride. Yeah, those two things they factor in. Spiral out of control just from all the bantering. When they accustomed to talking behind your back with all that chattering, I remove myself before I abuse myself. Talk about self-love, but you gotta do it yourself. Yeah, I won't act too good for no help. We all healing now. Said some things about me that ain't true. How you feeling now? Even at my lowest, they tried to find a way to bring me down. Big y'all up for years, ain't talking just the brand or the sound. I don't throw things around, I do it from the heart proud. Mama just wanna see her sunshine, removing them dark clouds.
Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Smash it, y'all. We got some good stuff today.
Yeah. These are my memoirs. Light up a cigar, smoke up the memories as I sit and dust them off. Why do people say it's just to piss you off? Ignore them, no call button and then dress too par. Now they can't test the guards, had to defy the odds. It only get tougher back then, we thought times was hard. Told them don't write me off, told them don't type at all. To all the ones that gave up, this a reply to y'all. That wavy haired kid that you knew, been on a tear since. The crowds was lower than the laughter, now that I'm here had rent. The praise for staying committed to something they played with. It was always about us, it's never about who's your favorite. Took my insecurities and made my future more secure. The way we moving, it's like we really been here before. The proof is in the progress from the year before. Furthermore, we wanted to further things more. They took another route, so what you think we kings for? No angel ever said, yo, who these wings for? Ain't no champion ever said, who these rings for? So don't question what God doing, who you live for. Start accepting who you are and what you do it for. Doing less, doing more, it's really either or. Meet them halfway when one close, here go another door. Here go your dreams, what you running for? Head full of steam, cause you want it, huh? But it's in your genes, you was born a star.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, damn, we done came far. The blessings soon pay off. I don't get a day off. Feel like the playoffs, they like, when y'all gon' take off? Dill got laid off, now we focused on trademarks. We just making hits after hits, no aid off. Now they wanna eat off the same plate that I ate off. They really be brainwashed, I sold them for trade-offs. Listen to these verses, these are thoughts that I brainstorm. People do me wrong, but nowadays I just pray for them. I've been under pressure, you can't tell cause I stay calm. Hiding peace and quiet, all I hear is the rain falls. Now all I see is green like my name was Draymond. I saw the brand and you know we gon' rain on. Shout out to the fans from the jump that stayed on. Rolling every hour of the day till the pain
That's
gone.
right.
Now every time we drop, yeah, they know that is napalm.
That's right. Shout out to all Wyatt Tribe members that's staying on. That's a fact. Hey, y'all, smash that like button. I'm off to plantation. I took a half a day. I needed a mental break because I was working real hard at work. Shout out to Bridget, Enots, hey now, Bronze Tiger, Carlos, hey. Yeah, keep it flowing for me, Carlos. Y'all smash the like button. I got some really great slides that I want to get into, and it's a really great topic. And we need to make some determinations. And it's the type of slides that you really gotta clear your head and think about what we've been taught in YouTube. And I want us to dive a little deeper in our thoughts today with the slides that I have today. Okay, so I was waiting for a few people to get up in here so I don't have to repeat. You know, I got slides. I got 19 slides that I got to read. Probably won't have no voice when I'm finished, but oh, thank you, RBR. I know I'm so damn stupid, damn dumb, stupid. Hey now, matter of fact, y'all, do me a favor. Don't delete the haters. Leave them in there. Them motherfuckers make me famous. We need haters in here. So don't time them out. Let them speak their hate. That's the part I like. That's what really helps my algorithm go. So please let them say what they want to say. Let them say it. It's cool. I'll start letting y'all know when y'all could, start, sniping the shit out of people. Don't do it now. Let them stay. We need the haters. They're our motivators. So thanks. And y'all that's watching that got wrenches. Let the haters flow. Let them flow. We need them motherfuckers real bad. So listen, I thought the most interesting thing, since we're waiting for this wonderful Aboriginal new American Indian government to establish. I mean, I don't get the gist of it. I can't get no real good answer. So I'm not going to knock it. I'm just going to wait for it to get established. I don't have a government. I have a tribe that I'm a member to. And I love our tribe. I do. With all my heart. My active tribe members. I love y'all, but y'all already know that. And I do. We all participate. And we're keeping it going. All right? We already understand that we have to be patient. And I love y'all. Okay? So, we got 21 people in here. That's cool. Hey, not a coincidence. I have some slides that I want to go through. And what I want to talk about today is because of how, you know, this government is ran, and we gotta unreveal who's behind this shit and who's been behind it the whole time. Because it just don't make no sense to me. It don't. So now we have we have yeah, well, if we're not the Indians, boo boo, stinky, Rob. Leave Rob in here. Leave his little dumb ass in here. He ain't coming on the panel though. But what you need to do, Rob, is go to the 5 civilized tribes and tell them to correct their law that Negroes are Indians by tribal custom and law, and that white people are Indians by a remote degree of blood. So you need to go and tell that to the 5 civilized tribes who made that their law. Okay? Then, Rob, you need to go to the United States federal government and tell the United States federal government that these here folks ain't Cherokee. You need to go and tell the United States that the case that they ruled on, that these people ain't Cherokee. Go tell that to the United States federal government who classified them as Cherokee Indians. Okay? So I have no power in that. So you can take your little Slavic butt and go and tell them. No, you tell them, because you're coming in here saying that. So now you go to those justices and overrule their decision with the little power you have. White power, Rob, white power. Go to the judge and you tell him that. So, y'all, here we go. I want to get into discussing and if y'all want, he got enough haterade in here. So let's get into the so-called, because I don't believe shit until I know it's the truth. But let's read about the founding fathers of the United States Constitution. All right. So everything is questionable about who these dudes are. The founding fathers of the United States Constitution. And they was young as hell. And everything is so questionable about their asses. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody can't tell the truth. You can lie about history like you've been doing, and you can hurry up and jump up and show some goddamn pictures and shit. See, this is picture. Because you was here back in 1776 to get the picture of them. You can do what the fuck you want. I still don't believe shit. I don't believe nothing. I can do the same shit the educators been doing regarding our history as the Aborigines of the mainland of the continent of North America. I could do the same shit foreigners came and did with our history. I could do the very opposite of what they did. But my shit sticks. That's the big difference. Because one of us was already here. And one of us wasn't. One of us came here and got 13 little plantations. One of us had all this motherfucking land. So let's talk about it today. We're going to get into it. The founding fathers, okay? Let's take a look at it. You know, I like to show shit visually, see shit for what it is, with their exact ages of the founding fathers of the United States Constitution, right? Y'all smash the like button because this shit is real and we got to think about it, all right? While we're waiting for this government to be set up by people across YouTube, we could be doing other shit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like Chief Holiday said. Keep doing what you're doing, Sister Bethy. So I'm going to keep doing what the fuck I'm doing. So what I did was put a visual of the founding fathers of the United States Constitution of America. So let's look at it today and, you know, try to get the picture in our head of what they could have been back then, way back then, when nobody born today was there. All right? Got that? Because anybody alive today wasn't born in no goddamn 1776. All right? So let's look at it. Founding fathers of the United States Constitution. I got their age and their race. All right? Now, we got the British subjects, because that's what the fuck they were. And prior to 1776, these was the dudes. All right? Hey, Sylvia. These was the dudes. All right? Now, we're going to pretend we're in 1776. Now, I don't know if they asses was brown-skinned or if they was white, or if they were both mixed in, or just a bunch of half-breeds. I don't know. I wasn't born in 1776. So, we got Benjamin Franklin. He was 70 damn years old at the making of the United States Constitution. George Washington was 44. John Adams was 41. Thomas Jefferson was 33-year-old. James Madison was 25 years old. And Alexander Hamilton's ass was 20 years old. Right? Y'all got that, right? So now, I made a white row and I made a brown row. I don't know if Benjamin Franklin was the dude on the left or the dude on the right at 70 years old. I don't know if George Washington was the dude on the left or the dude on the right. Y'all see where I'm going? I don't know if John Adams was the dude on the left or the goddamn dude on the right. See, I went back and got men their ages today. I don't know if Thomas Jefferson is the dude on the left or the dude on the right. I don't know if James Madison is the dude on the left or the dude on the right. And I don't know if Alexander Hamilton is the dude on the left or the dude on the right. Mic check. Y'all give me a 1 if you can understand me. Yeah, y'all can start sniping his ass. Because this shit is, it stings his ass. Sting his ass. Straight smoke. Keep getting people to hit the like button, smoke. Oh, good. Y'all can sting his ass. All right, so we're really, give me a 1, give me a 2 if this is some real shit. Give me a 2. This is some real shit. These are their ages. I don't know who it could have been. I look, I don't know if the people on the right is black Europeans or black British nobles, or if they Indians, us. I don't know. Y'all see this shit for what it look different when you're looking at it, right? Let me know, y'all. Hey, Straight Smoke. Since Isness, she probably still sleep. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, Straight Smoke, for you to pop up here so you could be a little co-host. Let me see. Let me put the link. Copy it. Copy. Paste. All right, now your ass is banded. Because he mad. This shit hit hard. When he come back in here, I keep banding him. This shit hits hard. There's the link right there, Straight Smoke. Cause we gonna go over these 9 slides and we gonna see shit for what it is, for what they be writing. Look at this picture. All right. These are we're studying the founding fathers today of the United States Constitution. We're studying it today. Now, why my silent co-host? So that's what we're doing, Paper Chase. So let me ban him. Let me ban his ass again. He keep coming under a different name, so I'm gonna just keep banning him. So what we're looking at are the ages. These are the exact ages of the founding fathers of the United States Constitution. And was it 6 white dudes, or was it 6 brown dudes, or was it a mixture of both, or was they asked this black nobles, which is all on the right? Okay, we don't know. But keep this picture in your head now, because now we're gonna read about him, and we're gonna find out why it could be so confusing, and how whitewashing history really, really, really takes a huge step in our history. So we got all of them. We see the white ones that are so-called claim to be the founding fathers, and we see the potential brown ones. What do you think about that, Straight Smoke? You got the picture in your head?
Oh yeah, let's get it.
The shit look real, right? When you look at it, totally different than when you're talking about it with their ages and shit, right?
Gives you some kind of clarification of what they could be.
Yeah, because I don't know. Was it the white guy that got the 13 plantations? Was it a mixture of black nobles and white guys with the 13 plantations? Or was it just black nobles? Who the fuck knows? I wasn't born back then. So I'm going to take this down since we got the picture in our head for the minute. And then I'm going to get right into the slides. Make sure I got them up. Cut this off. We're going to go ahead on and get into the slides. All right. Let's see. Where you at? Present. Come on. Come on. See, I hate when this happens. That's the Chrome. Oh, I know what I go. I got to tap it in. That's what I didn't do. I didn't tap it in. There we go. All right. So let's take it from the beginning. This part is what I hate. Okay. So A study of the founding fathers of the United States Constitution. All right. We're going to start with Alexander Hamilton. And I'm going to take some breaks. Alexander Hamilton was the founding father of the United States. Soldier, lawyer, scholar, economist, congressman, and first United States Secretary of the Treasury. Born and raised in the West Indies. He was orphaned in his early teens. In his youth, he worked as a clerk for an international shipping company located on the island of St. Croix.
Hold on, Sister Beth.
Oh, no. Don't interrupt me. I'll give you that minute.
Oh,
His intelligence, writing, and administrative abilities were recognized by local benefactors who created a fund to provide him with a formal education in the North American colonies. Now, wait a motherfucking minute. Now, we're going to wait a minute. Because shit about to get hot, stanky, and funky up in this bitch. I'm telling y'all. These are St. Croix people. St. Croix. I born and raised in the West Indies. He was orphaned in his early teens. Orphaned. Born and raised in the West Indies. All right. So this nigga was born in St. Croix. St. Croix and Jamaicans are totally different people. St. Croix, folks, is just like us mainland Negroes. We the same people. Now, let me just wait. Let me just. Why is this here? All right. Let me take this out. Let me get back to where my peeps is. Let me get back to where y'all is. Hey, yo. Now, a straight smoke. Straight smoke.
yes, ma'am.
Is that some shit or what?
That's it. Nail in the coffin.
Did you know that this dude was born in the West Indies and raised and orphaned?
Nope. Not gonna stun up front. No, I did not. Nope. Nope.
Secret Balance. Shout out to you too. Much love. Karma Sweets. Yo, this shit is very, very well. Everything on the table is questioned. I'm serious. Rise, clot, bumble clot. Yo.
Oh my God. It is.
What
That's why
we gonna do?
I was shocked as soon as you start. That's why I said, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. What? What? Going where? He's a whole nigga.
Listen.
Oh man.
We gonna keep it going. Why is this like this? All right, let me get it back up. This shit is very real, man. It hits home. All right. Why is this like this? Shit. This I can't get it down. I can't get it down. All right. Why it's like that, I don't know. Let's get it going. Gonna go on back to it. You see it? Let's go. Why is this not doing it? All right, here we go. I went too fast. Here we go. So we got that. We know we got a roster boy. I'm going to do it this way. It's easier. In 1772, Hamilton arrived in New York City. He began preparing for college at Elizabethtown Academy in New Jersey. What's the first thing that tells you about our brothers and sisters from the islands in North America? Straight smoke in the chat room.
From what I'm gathering here is that I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on him being born in West Indies right now.
In 1772, let's think about that year. 1772, Hamilton arrived in New York City. He began preparing for college at Elizabethtown Academy in New Jersey. Now, let's think about that year. What year is this?
1772, 4 years before the war.
Not only that, that's not far from the 1600s. From this so-called slavery about the Bering Strait and shit.
Oh.
We're not far.
Oh. Ooh.
And we also had governors that looked like me in Connecticut. I believe I showed them. Yo, hang on one second. Hang on. Then let me remind you. Toddy. Where they at? Did I get rid of it? I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. Oh, here it is. Remember, that's not so far. That's only 20 years earlier. And we had governors in Connecticut in 1772. Remember that now. And now we're looking at 1772. The first thing I'm thinking that comes to my mind, you got to read this stuff slow like you do the Bible. They got a damn college. Dude came from the island to go to college in New York in 1772.
Damn.
That's something to let that sink in your head in 1772. Now, when he was born, we know his age. Oh, excuse me. So much. Excuse me. Let's see. Let's get his age up. Where your butt at? Alexander Hamilton. He was born in 1755. He was 20 years old at the creation of the um Constitution. No, he was way older than than four. He was born in 1755. And 1722, he was well up in his age. So, dude came from the island, St. Croix. He came from St. Croix. He hopped up on the boat and came to New York to go to college. He later studied at King's College, which is now Columbia University. During this period, he was involved in the political issues of his time. As a student, he wrote defenses of the revolutionary cause and published in local newspapers. He was determined to graduate in 2 or 3 years and race through the curriculum, which included anatomy, Greek, and Latin literature, rhetoric, geography, history, philosophy, math, and science. But he never completed his course of studies and left school to fight in the American Revolutionary War. Let's keep going, y'all. So we end there with this dude being born in the West Indies, St. Croix, raised, and he was orphaned. What does orphaned mean? Straight smoke.
Either his family, his parents left him, or they got killed. One of the two.
Orphaned.
Yeah, he was orphaned.
And why would they orphan him in St. Croix?
Because he was a nigga.
He was a goddamn Indian.
He's an Indian. Sister Betty. So if I'm looking at, oh my God. So from what I just off of what you just put out, right? That dispels that all Indians on the main land, that dispels that they was ignorant and didn't have education. That dispels that out the gate. We had that before they. Oh, see, here we go. Come on.
Exactly. So let's keep going. You see that? I don't make this shit up. I look, I'm just reading what's written. So let's jump on to George Washington. George Washington, and pay attention. George Washington was born at his family's plantation on Pope's Creek in Westmoreland County, Virginia, on February 22nd, 1732, to Augustine and Mary Ball Washington. George's father was a leading planter in the area and served as a justice of the county court. Now, listen here now. He was born at his family's plantation. In Virginia. What are your thoughts when you read that his father, he was born at his family's plantation and his father was the leading planter in the area? Shouldn't he be primitive and not be the planter and a leading planter? Well, what's the fucking difference from St. Kitts and St. Croix? It don't even matter. I don't care at this point, Benson. What I got, and all I did was copy and paste. It said St. Croix. And I don't know nothing about him leaving his mother, but he was orphaned. So it's your research against mine. But I'm glad you put this out here because now you got that story. I got another story. I didn't read nothing about having no Jewish background. See, all this shit is made to fuck up, to hide the nigga. That's what I'm gonna say. So it's yours against mine. It said St. Croix from what I copied and pasted. I got receipts. And I'm going to click them link receipts. But anyway, back to George Washington. What say you, Straight Smoke, about this leading planter in the area? Why is he planting? Why is the slaves not planting yet?
Because he had his own family as the slaves, planting for him in his yards, in his fields. He didn't own any slaves.
Could have not. Who knows? See, history is all fucked up. And it's to hide foreigners. It's fucked up. When it, especially during these times when it comes to this immigration shit, they still doing the same shit they've been doing the whole time. Immigrants coming over this bitch, taking over.
Yep.
No matter what their color is. Let's keep going. Augustine Washington's first wife, and we still don't know if this dude is brown skinned or white skinned, according to that damn paper, right? Right, Straight Smoke.
Of course.
Augustine Washington's first wife, or Augustine, I'm sorry. Augustine Washington's first wife, Jane Butler, died in 1729, leaving him with two sons, Lawrence and Augustine Jr., and a daughter, Jane. George was the eldest of Augustine and Mary's 6 children: George, Elizabeth, Sam, John, Augustine, Charles, and Mildred. Keep going. Around 1734, the family moved up the Potomac River to another Washington property, Little Hunting Creek Plantation, later renamed Mount Vernon. In 1738, they moved again to Ferry Farm, a plantation on the Rappahannock River near Fredericksburg, Virginia, where George spent much of his youth. Little is known of George Washington's childhood, and it remains the most poorly understood part of his life. When he was 11 years old, his father, Augustine, died, leaving most of the property to George's adult half brothers. The income from what remained was just sufficient to maintain Mary Washington and her children. As the oldest of Mary's children, George undoubtedly helped his mother manage the Rappahannock River plantation where they lived. There he learned the importance of hard work and efficiency. Okay. Now, this, Ben, look, I'm lecturing over here, bro. And it's your stuff against mine. What you could do is go get a YouTube channel and start get the teaching like me. Do like me. For real. Seriously. Get a YouTube channel and start lecturing. Big Ben. Cause your shit ain't no more truer than mine's. For real. Just like I can look up where he was born. It could either be St. Kitts or Nevis. Okay? Because I don't believe shit. You can make them white. You can make them black European. You can make them what the fuck you want. But your truth and your information ain't no more beneficial than mine. I'm just showing the fuckery and the bullshit in the history. Fair use. What say you to that? Am I right for saying that, Straight Smoke?
You're absolutely right. Absolutely. I mean, go, Mr. Benson, please feel free. Get your YouTube channel and do exactly what she said. Go start lecturing and teaching people about history instead of being.
There you go. There you go. That's all you got to do, Big Ben. Around 1734. Oh, no, we read that. So they're moving around. They have, it seems that they have properties in other parts of, the state. Well, just go. There's people who own multiple properties today, correct? Straight Smoke.
Yes, ma'am.
Unlike many of his contemporaries, Washington never attended college or received a formal education. Is that interesting for a white guy? Or a brown guy?
Mm-hmm. Couldn't go
His
to school,
his two older half brothers, Lawrence and Augustine, attended Appleby Grammar School in England. So now, if they went on out to England to grammar school, these niggas could be black Europeans. That could be a possibility. Because I always said some Jamaicans are straight up black Europeans. However, after the death of their father, the family limited funds for education. Private tutors and possibly a local school in Fredericksburg provided George and his siblings with the only formal instruction he would receive. In addition to reading, writing, and basic legal forms, George studied geometry and trigonometry in preparation for his first career as a surveyor, and manners which would shape his character and conduct for the rest of his life. Boy George. Now we moving on to old Benny with his old ass. Benjamin Franklin was born January 1706 to a modest family in Boston, Massachusetts. Although he is most often celebrated as a founding father of the United States, Franklin's accomplishments are diverse, including civic, scientific, and cultural projects, which altered the course of American history. With a limited formal education, Franklin was effectively self-taught. And spent a significant portion of his early years in the newspaper business. He began by writing for his brother's newspaper under the assumed name Silent Dogwood. When he was tired of reporting to his brother, he left Boston, visiting London in between his stays in Philadelphia. There, he started his own printing shop before gaining ownership of the Pennsylvania Gazette. Now, one thing we know about old Ben, he had a good relationship with the Indians because he printed a lot of their treaties, their laws. Ben did that shit. They liked Ben. They was cool. They was cool. Ben was cool. I read about that. He printed a lot of the Indian tribes, laws of their tribes. Eric Cross. What say you, Smoke?
I'm still digesting this so hard because it's still showing that we had our own institutions. That's where I'm still stuck at. 1706, we still had our own institutions.
Facts. This is called going back, diving in, and removing the lies and the mask about who ran this bitch. As Franklin grew older, he developed into a community leader. He played an instrument role in the establishment of notable Philadelphia institutions. This is in 1702, including a library and the school that would later become the University of Pennsylvania. Upon retirement, Franklin added yet another title to his list of accomplishments: scientist. Though his famous kite flying experiment, Franklin verified that lightning transmits a powerful electrical charge. I'm going to have to send old Ben over to Bro Sanchez. To protect against lightning's ability to set homes ablaze, Franklin invented the lightning rod, which was designed to extend above buildings and to redirect lightning's energy into the ground. This is where I'm going to ask Ab Power, because he got all those inventions of the Indians. And I want to see who invented the rod, because that's going to tell the fucking truth. And then we'll know if Ben Franklin's whole name and legacy is a fake fucking history based on who created the rod. You follow me?
Yes.
And then you'll have your real Indian. So that's what I got to ask my brother Bap about, to go look back and see in that book, because he got all the Indian creations, and our ancestors created a lot of shit. So we can erase Ben's name and put the real Indian up there, bitch, or A1. If you're listening, guys, look in there and see who created that damn rod. Although Benjamin Franklin is best known as a founding father, he held his role later in life. Because he was pretty old. He was like 70 years old when they wrote that U.S. Constitution. He was there with a bunch of young boys. So that's like Ali Bamu on the panel with the niggas that be in YouTube. If you really think about it.
Oh man.
Because he's older.
Right.
He's a boomer. I mean, my mother's a boomer. She's 74. I don't know how old Ali Bamu is. Right. I don't know his real name. I don't know anything about him. But he does claim being a boomer. So that's like him on the panel with all of us.
Right.
Although Ben Franklin is best known as a founding father. Oh, I already read that. Oh, he held his role later in life. Franklin was served served on the committee of 5 that was tasked with drafting the Declaration of Independence. Within the group, Franklin is rumored to have been a jokester, and according to some sources, it was because of his humorous tendencies that he was not allowed to write the Declaration. I could believe this just based on reading this, not a coincidence. I really could, because now, we got to keep digging, bruh, because now we got to go back. I'm going to have BAP look into this shit, because they took a lot of shit we did and put it on their Cotex. So we got to look into this shit. Shit is real. As Franklin grew older, he developed into a community leader. I think I read it. I think I did this. I doubled it. So that was interesting about two of the brothers, right? So now we had John Adams. Go ahead, Smoke.
No, I was just I'm looking at what Not a Coincidence said, and it's just like, dude, if you really just think to yourself, these people came here and it was already buildings. We already had a government in place.
Yeah.
I mean, stop that, man. Come on, just for real. Just take this, and if you can find something different, find something different. But what I'm saying right now is that we already had these institutions and governments.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait a minute. I'm looking at this timeline. They got a fucking college for this dude to leave St. Croix and come over here and go to a whole college.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you right there, shit was established.
And you showed that we had governors in 1755. I mean, what else do you need?
And earlier than that. So let's read about John Adams. John Adams' birthplace was built by Joseph Penniman in 1681 and inhabited by the Penniman family until John Adams' fathers bought the house and 6 acres of property surrounding it in 1720. Hold up. Let's keep in mind, you can only buy land from an Indian chief. Individuals were not allowed to sell land. Yo. You got to pay attention to real details. On October 30th, 1735, John Adams was born in this humble cottage. Now, wait a minute. Well, yeah. Okay. He was born in this humble cottage in this quiet rural setting where his father tilled his acreage during the summer and practiced the trade of cordwaining. In winter, the nation's second president grew to manhood. Listen. Bought a house and 6 acres from the Indians. His father. They lived in a rural setting. Indians lived in the rural areas back in this time. This dude lived around niggas. What say you smoke?
Yeah, he was definitely around us. Definitely.
This
Definitely.
shit gets real. This shit is very, very real.
And a lot of
Ah,
people keep forgetting that we are the ones that showed them how to actually till the land.
facts.
Mm, mm, mm.
Now, and it's telling you, just I try not to leave it. I read it over and over again. I'm like, what is interesting about this? Because back in the 1600s, that's and that time frame, a lot of the praying Indians took on Bible names, English Bible names. So it was built by Joseph Penniman in 1681. But who's that? Because you can't buy no land unless it's from a chief. Got to give you that shit. You individual Indians could not sell their lands. They couldn't.
Especially not no 6 acres.
And if they did, they got in trouble from the tribal
Hmm.
chief. So they purchased this house. Um, so let's just keep going. John's father, Deacon John Adams, instilled in his oldest son a strong interest in municipal affairs and farming and a respect for God. So it's telling you back then that we had government systems. What do you municipal? What do you think of? Or what is municipal straight smoke?
That's dealing with government. That's straight up government. Government affairs.
John's mother, Susanna Boylston, came from one Massachusetts' most prominent families and introduced her son to the customs and lifestyles of the elite of colonial Boston. Upon his father's death in 1761, John's brother Peter Boylston Adams inherited the original homestead. The adjacent house, which Deacon John purchased in 1744, was bequeathed by John. The future second president eventually bought his birthplace from his brother in 1744. John and Abigail Adams lived next door and rented out this house during the Revolutionary War. That's interesting, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you got to go back and keep reading this. And I mean, there's tons of information out there that's going to have a similar story or whatever. Oh, he was born here. Oh, he was born here. Oh, he was born here. Just focus on the information you get because there's always enough in there for you to figure shit out. I'm telling you, it's mind boggling. It says a whole lot about what was here. And when you hear Ben Franklin saying he got to clear America of woods and shit, because the Indians would say, well, you got to make you do your own goddamn work. Early life and career. Thomas Jefferson was born on April 13th, 1743. He was an Aries. Ugh. At the family's Shadwell plantation in the British colony of Virginia, the third of 10 children. Interesting. On the plantation, correct?
Mm-hmm.
In the British colony, because That was the British colony over there in Virginia. And possibly Welsh. He was of English and possibly Welsh descent and was born a British subject. So if you're living in any British territories, you're a British subject. Gaining independence in the United States wiped away the subjection to British. His first childhood memory at age 3. Now, hold up. Who was sitting there to write down his childhood memory? It better have been Ben Franklin. Because who today sat down with Thomas Jefferson and asked him about his memory when he was 3 years old? This shit you got to pay attention to. Who?
Yeah, it better been somebody up in their 50s or 60s.
No, somebody my age and your age can't write no goddamn story about his memory of when he was 3 years old.
Mm-mm.
This got to be somebody way from back then at the time it happened. You can't write a story today about his memory unless your ass sat down and had a conversation with him.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is why I said we got the dude in the chat room jumping up. Oh yeah, you see he was born in St. Kitts, and it still doesn't fucking matter. That's still the West Indies, dude. It don't really matter, right? It don't matter. What we got to pay attention to is how these motherfuckers writing history, rewriting history today and dating it back to that time. I mean, like, I'm in my 50s. I can't sit and write a paper and call it facts because I ain't sit down with Thomas Jefferson and asked him about his memory when he was 3 years old. This is stuff you have to pay attention to. But motherfuckers in YouTube pick it up. Oh, look, when he was 3 years old. And they'll remember. I'm like, okay, who wrote that shit? You, your grandmother, your granddaddy, who wrote that shit? Oh, they ain't gonna like me. This is why I don't debate, because you can really clown somebody with this shit. This is the same thing with Jabari, that he should by now understand if he has a bachelor's degree. You don't run off your seat on Sinetta's channel. He go run off his seat and go get his boys book. That motherfucker was born when Thomas Jefferson was born. If not, put that bitch back up on the shelf. The journey was undertaken with his family as they moved to a plantation that Jefferson's father was to manage. Oh, hold up. His father. I hear a job title. Sounds like manager. Does that sound familiar to you, Straight Smoke? I'll ask the audience. Straight Smoke must have stepped away.
Yeah, he was a manager. That was employment.
The journey was undertaken with his family as they moved to a plantation that Jefferson's father was to manage, acting as an executor of a friend's estate. Manager. So, along with his parents and 3 siblings, 3 other sisters, and 1 brother were later born to the family. Jefferson spent the next 6 years roaming the woods and studying his books. He was roaming in the woods and studying his books. Everything becomes questionable. At age 9, Thomas Jefferson began his formal studies. 9 years old. Boarding with a minister teacher 9 months out of the year. So, listen, y'all. When y'all see the census sheets, you see border sometimes in the family censuses, correct? Like you can have me, my father, my mother, me and all my sisters and brothers, and you get to the bottom, borders. Do y'all hear that on census sheets, right?
Right.
Because I'm gonna keep going. Everything lights up. 9 months out of the year. He continued boarding school until age 16, excelling in classical languages. In 1760, Jefferson enrolled at the College of William and Mary, taking classes in science, mathematics, rhetoric, philosophy, and literature. The precocious Jefferson fell under the influence of Professor William Small, who brought the latest Enlightenment thinking to Williamsburg from his native Scotland, and dined frequently with Governor Francis Fauquier and the luminaries in the provincial capital. From 1762 to 1767, Jefferson pursued legal studies under George White, who also taught John Marshall and Henry Clay, two of the most outstanding figures in American history. Now, you know who Henry Clay is, right? Smoke, straight smoke. Does anybody in the chat remember Henry Clay? Okay, yeah, just step away for a minute. I got you, bro. So, I'll just keep going because he stepped away. From 1762 to
I'm here.
1767, you remember Henry Clay, right? And John Marshall, right? Smoke.
Yeah, he was a Kentucky representative.
Was he a brown guy or was he a white guy?
From my understanding, he looks mulatto.
Under Wyth's tutelage, Jefferson emerged as perhaps the nation's best read lawyer upon his admission to the Virginia bar in 1767. For Jefferson, the study of law as directed by White was more than just a means of earning a living. Jefferson felt that examining legal issues enabled one to consider many aspects of society, including its history, politics, culture, institutions, and moral conscience of its people. During Jefferson's time, few colonial Americans could afford the quality and personal education that he received. I'm just going to let that sit right there. And you think about it. Hey, Smoke, straight Smoke. Can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
read that? Can you read that again? During Jefferson's lifetime.
During Jefferson's lifetime, few colonial Americans could afford the quality and personal education that he received.
That's a red flag right there.
He owned his good
No, no, no,
fortune.
no, 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 no. I just
Sorry.
wanted you to stop there.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
That's
sorry.
you got to think about what you just said. Few colonial Americans could afford. And if you can't afford shit, how you running shit? Wait a minute. That says that
Yeah.
that just says a whole lot. If you can't afford shit, how is history writing that you ran shit? This is why it's so important about our educational systems and what's being taught, not just to our children, to society as a fucking whole. These colonial people was not wealthy. Only a select few. He owed his good fortune to the financial success of his father, Peter Jefferson, a planter of some means. A planter, what does a planter do? Straight smoke to your knowledge.
It's a farmer.
By the time of his death in 1757, the elder Jefferson owned 7,000 acres of land in West Virginia. They get rich on their parents' deaths, like they still do today. They be waiting. They be waiting for their parents to die so they could take over. He also made a name for himself as the commander of the local militia, a talented surveyor, and a country politician. His early death, when Thomas was 14, caused his teenage son to look to his teachers for fatherly advice and direction. Now, check this shit out. I'm going to let you read it straight, Merc. You take it. Little is, go ahead.
Little is known about Jefferson's mother, Jane Randolph Jefferson, who died in 1776.
I'm just going to ask a question because the way the white people get the land is through the goddamn marrying in the family. And nothing, all of a sudden, you know all this shit about Jefferson, but you don't know nothing about his mama. I'm just gonna ask the simple question: was she a fucking Indian that owned land, and you
Yep.
married into and you got it? I'm just asking. I got
That's
a right to ask that question.
that's exactly what my wife just said. He had to have married an Indian chick to get that amount of property. Had to.
But they know all this shit about him, even sit him down when he was 3 years old, know all about his motherfucking business and shit.
But don't know nothing about his mama.
I just can't. I can't smoke. Let me see where we at now. Where we at? Did I go back a page?
Yeah, you went backwards one.
Okay.
You went back two.
All right. Wait a minute. Now I'm messing up here.
Got to go back two. Got to go forward two. Oh, we're on James Madison now.
But wait a minute. Wait.
Thomas Jefferson.
Oh yeah, that's his mother right there. Jefferson's mother, Jane, who died in 1776.
Right.
But they don't know shit about her.
But they know about his 3-year-old thoughts.
James Madison. Here we go. Let me see this shit. Sorry, y'all. The oldest of 12 children, James Madison Jr., was born on March 16th, 1751. He was a Pisces. At Belle Grove Plantation near Port Conway in the colony of Virginia to James Madison Sr., and Eleanor Rose Conway Madison. All this shit is in Virginia, y'all. James Sr. was a slave owner and planter. In the early 1760s, he constructed a new home in Orange County, Virginia, and the family moved into the plantation estate Montpelier. Although James Madison was often ill as a child, he was also naturally inquisitive and studious. He pursued an education at the College of New Jersey, later known as Princeton University, and graduated in 1771. They got a college in New Jersey in these old ass days. I'm just going to keep going.
He graduated college at 20 years old.
Madison returned to Virginia and was elected the Virginia legislator in 1776, bicentennial year, where he befriended Thomas Jefferson. Yo, speaking of that, who was the two dudes that had the duel in Philadelphia? Remember, y'all help me out there. The two dudes that had the duel. Copper Aberrandus. Hey, who was the two dudes? I think they were two like legislators that had a duel in Philadelphia. I forgot. Two dudes. Right there at the grounds. That's right, Enoch. We ain't playing with these fools. There was a duel between two colonial dudes. And they had a duel. They was fighting. Oh. Let me see.
Henry Clay and John Randolph.
Okay. I know they had a duel because they was just that sound like they had. What did it say about them?
The oldest duel between Secretary of State Henry Clay and Senator John Randolph. A known hot hand, Randolph accused Clay of crucifying the Constitution and cheating at cards in a speech on the Senate floor. And they had a duel over that.
They shot at each other, right?
Yes.
Who killed who, or did they both just die?
One second. Wow, it was a lot of them.
I
These
know.
people killing
I'm
each other
like,
on the regular.
because I'm like, that sounds like some black European shit, some nigga shit. Fighting, they march off and they turn around and shoot each other.
Both men fire up, but only Hamilton.
I forgot who had that.
Hamilton got killed.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Okay, so when Jefferson was elected governor of Virginia in 1779, Madison worked closely with him on the governor's council. In 1780, Madison was called upon to represent Virginia in the Continental Congress, making him the youngest delegate at 29 years old. In 1783, Madison returned to Virginia state legislature, where he worked to pass the Virginia Statute of Religious Freedom in 1786, a document originally penned by Jefferson. Um, as the national government struggled to operate under the Articles of Confederation, Congress called for a constitutional convention in 1787. I remember this shit. Ahead of the convention, Madison spent months in his library drafting a document now referred to as the Virginia Plan. The Virginia Plan laid the foundation for the United States Constitution, proposing a centralized government consisting of three branches, where each branch would provide checks and balances so that no branch could become too powerful. Over the next several months, Madison played a central role convincing the delegates to create a new government with more authority and centralized power rather than simply revising the Articles of Confederation. Because it was just the Articles of Confederation back then. And they wanted to change shit up all over, which is where Ali Bamu be talking about. This is the shit that he be talking about. And he's right. He is really right. After the delegates completed the Constitution, they submitted it to the states for ratification. The state legislature deliberated. Madison worked with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay to author a series of letters defending the Constitution. These letters, known as the Federalist Papers, were published in newspapers throughout the country. On June 21, 1788, New Hampshire became the ninth state to ratify the Constitution, securing enough votes to become the law of the land. Because, look, they was the ninth states. So all they had was 13. Are y'all listening to this slick shit?
Yep.
In 1789, Madison was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, where he served 4 terms and fought to secure the passage of the Bill of Rights. In 1794, Madison married a Quaker widow named Dolly Payne Todd. 3 years later, he left Congress and returned to Montpelier with his wife. In February 1801, Madison inherited the estate and over 100 enslaved individuals upon his father's death. Now, I want to go to this really quick. Let me put this up. Oh, damn. Hang on, y'all. Let me go to this because I got a link down there that I want to show y'all. Hang on. Oh, man. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Wait a minute. Let me get down there. It's where Madison is. Jefferson and Madison.
Give me 1 second, Sister Betty.
Yep. Let me see something. I wanted to see something because I want to go to something. Here it is. This is what I wanted to get. So let me get this up for y'all because I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this. Oh, good, I got it. All right. Um, let me see if I pull this up. Um, uh, I think I'm gonna go back. Okay, yeah. So, okay, y'all, let's look. Look at this, y'all. Smash that like button. All right. So now, this is in a single week in 1801. James Madison experienced two major life events. On February 27, his father, James Madison Sr., died. He bequeathed his estate, Montpelier, in Orange County, Virginia, and more than 100 enslaved people to his son. On March 5th, President Thomas Jefferson and Madison, Secretary of State, and he prepared to move his family to D.C. for the first time. Throughout the family's time in the city, including Madison's term as Secretary of State, his presidency, and Dolly Madison's widow, they would rely on enslaved labor to their household. This approach was common among the elite households of the new capital city. Washington society was maintained on the backs of enslaved people. Now look at this shit. Enslaved household of President James Madison. Freeman, John Freeman, Paul Jennings was 10. Suki, 12. Joseph Bolden, he was his 20s. Jim, unknown, and Abraham, unknown ages. But listen, the Madisons brought a number of enslaved people with them from Montpelier. Now listen, the Madisons brought a number of enslaved people with them from Montpelier. But they also, listen, y'all, I'm going to let you read it. Go ahead, Straight Smoke.
Can
Do
you
me
blow it
that.
up? Yeah, blow it up for me just a little bit more.
How's that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The Madisons brought a number of enslaved people with them from Montpelier, but they also hired out enslaved laborers from other slave owners in D.C.
All right. Hold up. Back up. Let's go. To read it again.
The Madisons brought a number of enslaved people with them from Montpelier, but they also hired out enslaved laborers from other slave owners in D.C.
All right. Now, hired out. Hired out. Enslaved. It's all employment.
All employment.
This said that. Keep reading.
Paying wages directly to the slave owners rather than to the people actually doing the work. In 1801, Madison entered into an agreement with Benjamin Orr that Plato, the slave of the said Orr, is to serve the said Madison for 5 years. And during that time, Plato was to be under the direction in every respect to the said Madison, as fully and completely as if he was his own slave and property. 5 years was unusually long term of hire, but otherwise this type of arrangement was rather common. Hiring out enslaved workers provided flexibility in the labor market, especially in urban areas, allowing slave owners to temporarily expand their labor force or rent out enslaved people as revenue source as needed. Wait, what?
This is why they wanted to keep that style in the South, because a lot of our parents allow their kids this privilege to get away and go out and work, with other people. And when you tell them, you look, you mind your manners, you do what you're supposed to do, and you act like you working for your own mama or your own daddy. We always say that in the South. Treat him like he your own.
So if I'm reading this correct, isn't that what I hate to put it in this kind of context, but isn't that, let me just say this like this, what Hispanics will do when they move to the US, they'll come work and send the money back home?
Yeah. Same thing with
Same thing.
people from the island. Same thing.
There it is. Huh. Because with the part that hit me,
Brought them
I
to
just want to
DC
read
with
that
them.
again.
It's like friends. Because if it was something really bad, it was a type of business. It was the agrarian lifestyle. He brought people to come and help him out in DC. And people, want to get in shit. Hell yeah, I want to get away and go to DC. Yep. Bet 5 years. Damn, that's a long time, but yeah, I'll come.
And they ain't gonna send the money back to your family.
There it is. Yo, I'll stop sharing this. I'm gonna go back so we can finish. But it's just like today. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Curious. I couldn't think of the name. But they had a real serious duel. Them niggas was arguing. And then just like we do on YouTube, we be having duels. Then they turn into debates. But let me get back to where we was.
There are 12 famous American duels.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Where was I? Was it this one? Yeah. There we go. So let me get back. We finished that one. After the election of 1800, President Thomas Jefferson named Madison Secretary of State. In this position, Madison supported the expansion of the United States with the Louisiana Purchase, which is a fake purchase from what I'm hearing, opposed to the seizure of American ships at Great Britain and France, warred with one another, and backed the widely unpopular 1807 Embargo Act, which restricted trade with other nations. In 1808, Madison was elected as the fourth president of the United States. He brought several enslaved individuals to the White House from Montpelier and hired out additional enslaved people to help run the presidential household. See what I'm saying? He hired them out. It was all, money.
Work.
It was labor. It was work. As White House hostess, First Lady Dolly Madison helped develop a social season in the fledgling capital city. Her Wednesday drawing rooms were lively occasions, and they brought together members of different political parties at the White House. I remember she had to run her ass out of here. Her husband left her there, right? Because they was coming for his ass, right? And he left her. How you gonna leave your wife to get away? And they coming for your ass, and you gonna leave her? And obviously she was some hood chick saying, "I get the ass, they come in here." During his presidency, Madison faced mounting tensions between the United States and Great Britain. British forces continued to harass American ships as well as seize cargo and impress American sailors into the Royal Navy, the War Hawks. And Congress pressed Madison to consider military action. On June 18th, 1812, the United States declared war on Britain. Now, who the fuck is the War Hawks?
Mm-hmm.
Who are the War Hawks? The War
The
of
War Hawks of
1812.
1812. The
Oh,
War
you
Hawks
got
of
it.
1812 was a congressional faction that successfully argued and agitated a war for argued for war with Great Britain. So, in essence, that's the what do you want to call that nowadays is equivalent to the military-industrial complex.
So the war continued into Madison's second term as the unprepared United States attempted to defeat the British. On August 24, 1814, in retaliation for the American burning of York, the British entered D.C. and set fire to the White House, Capitol building, the Treasurer, and other government buildings. 4 months later, a peace agreement was brokered, and the war officially came to an end with the ratification of the Treaty of Ghent in 1815. After serving 2 terms, Madison retired to Montpelier in 1817. In his final years, Madison continued to rely on enslaved labor to run his plantation. He also became an active member of the American Colonization Society, an organization that advocated for removing Negroes from the United States and sending them to a settlement colony in Africa.
Mm-hmm. Bingo. For removing Negroes from the
Now,
United States and sending them to a settlement colony in Africa. Okay.
Madison served as the society's president for 3 years before he passed away at Montpelier in 1836. He is most remembered as the father of the U.S. Constitution. That's the end of it. My slides, but you could go ahead and rap for a minute because I'm looking for something while I'm back here, bruh.
Yes, ma'am. That was very enlightening because now I'm going and digging into the actual times that they actually sat down and had these conversations and who said what and who came up with certain ideas and how the language dictated how they actually moved about.
Oh, I know what I wanted you to read. I wanted you to read one thing for me, and I still got it blowed up so I could tell these damn fools. Because, see, if you're bringing slaves, the only slaves that these colonizers could get were slaves that were in colonial locations. Not, the only slaves you could bring to work with you were your slaves in the British colonies. Think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're not just gonna go around taking fucking people from the mainland. And You're getting these slaves from your other British colonies. Because all y'all motherfuckers is let me just let you read something. I'm just gonna hold back on that. I want you to read something. Um, I want you to read a letter of his friend. This is from an excerpt. A letter from his friend. If you could start there.
A letter to his friend and former Secretary Edward Coles offers some insight on Madison's attitude towards slavery. Coles had been a slave owner himself, but after leaving Madison's employ, he moved to Illinois, freed his enslaved people, and brought enough land to give each freed family a farm. Madison praised this effort as fair experiment for their happiness, but wrote that unless Coles could change the color as well as their legal conditions, the freedmen would lack the moral rank and social blessings to truly take advantage of their newfound freedom. Coles
Okay.
later.
Whoa. You missed something very important.
I saw it.
Go back to Madison praise.
Madison praised this effort as a fair experiment for their happiness, but wrote that unless Coles could change their color as well as their legal condition, the freedmen would lack the moral rank and social blessings
To
truly take advantage of their newfound freedom.
okay, stop right there. I told these motherfuckers not to play with me. I told them I'm not gonna keep playing with their asses. Y'all look at it. You better catch it. Did you catch it straight, Smoke?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Oh, okay. Explain to me what you caught.
Unless they could, it was an experiment conducted by this guy. But
no, you different. Nope.
no,
Color.
I was
Look
I
up
was
at
getting,
the top.
I was getting
Look
to
up
it.
at the top. All right, go ahead.
I was getting to it. It was how they was classified was by their color.
No. Classification is your race.
Right.
Color. You read it. You read it.
Yeah. They wanted them to change their color. If you couldn't change their color, they would have no social standing.
But my whole point when I was showing this census is all Negro is the color of your skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These are the British they were only able to bring people from their colonies to work on their plantations. They didn't deal with the people that was already here. They could only bring their people from their plantations and other locations. That's why all those people are under the British. All those people are under the British. Their slaves are under them. They were bringing them with them around, working on their plantations, and they're still bringing them and letting them in here from their British places to come in and continue working with them. Ain't shit changed, god damn it. My family lineage don't trace back to British control. Do you now get it? Ain't no fucking British census sheets on the mainland. Now, do you get where I'm coming from? I hope the wisest person ever catch this. I'm serious. This is some real shit, y'all. Our census sheets, and those census sheets are the same year as them having control over here on their plantations. They were bringing their slaves from the islands to work on these lands, on their lands in their colonial areas. So this is why I say to my brothers and sisters here on the mainland, when you're doing your genealogy, you're not tracing your lineage back to a British head of household. Only people from the islands can do that. We have different separate census sheets. I need to know. I need a one if you understand that. I'm going to let this sink in. The British, that's why they was having fights with British and the ships. The British were bringing in their own fucking slaves from their areas that had control. When you're looking at the census sheet in Jamaica, that's the British under their control, not us. We don't have anything to do with them.
Right.
And when they were bringing their slaves in to work from the islands to work on their colonial lands, colonial plantations,
Had nothing to do with us.
nothing. That's why when we do our census sheets and we trace our genealogy, it doesn't lead us to a British slave owner. It leads us to our fucking head of household parents. This is why I'm trying to tell you, it's not that I have anything against Jamaicans. I'm telling the fucking truth about history. When you go do your genealogy, bruh, your shit goes back. If your family needed a green card, your shit goes back here. That's what I was trying to tell you the whole time. But yet he want to get mad at this little monkey man from the other day. I came and I'm trying to tell him the truth. That's why I said you got to see shit for what the fuck it is. He get mad about this picture. It's the fucking truth. This the motherfucker they was bringing in here to work on their colonial plantations. When you're in Virginia back in them days, you're really in England. Even though it's right there, Virginia.
Hence the name British colony.
And this is what I was trying to tell you. Your record is going back here with your grandmama. Not on our census sheets. No, totally different. I'm going to open up. Say something bad about it. I think this nigga Jamaican because he mad. He mad. Look, the truth is the truth, nigga. You mad. Well, I'm going to let you stay in there and keep me famous. Look, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that.
Just to go ahead and be clear, Sister Becky, I understand perfectly what you're saying. Just to be all the way clear, they only brought in slaves from the colonies that they claimed, like the West Indies. That's it.
That's it.
They only took census from the colonies that they had. That's it.
And dude, from the first dude we read up on these damn slides, yo, it's all ball buster. Hamilton, yo, don't get mad at me. They'll bring your curry ass up in here, man. Don't. I'm not. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't be bothered with the bullshit. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for dialogue because I know Ab gonna be coming on about a half hour or hour. And Shay, you are not allowed to come on my panel because you're not even really welcome here. If you get too stupid, y'all could time his ass out. Because this nigga, they when a hit dog holler when you show him the truth. So I'm just going, y'all just let this sink in. Jabari could try all his little democratic techniques that he learned in college, but it's not going to run. It's not going to fly with Sister Bethy. Not today. Not today. You can try and fix that shit up, but you just don't know what the fuck I got. Try me. Go ahead, set yourself up. I'ma wait.
Yeah. Conscious. Matic. Alright, so far away I come from. I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense. But nowadays I don't worry about what's past tense. My younger days I used to hang around with mad friends. If we just fell out, I don't really know what happened. A lot of people come around and keep you stagnant, distraction. So you don't show them no compassion. We was really out here grinding, really rapping, stacking them Franklins, them Grants and them Jacksons. Imagine if we would've never chased our passion. We probably would've never knew what happened. They was all just talk, we showed action. Once they leave, don't you let them back in. Just pack up all their stuff and send them packing. I'm blacking on anybody thinking they could act up with me. This vibe ain't for free, cause where I'm at in life, I'm only focused on me. Note the self, know yourself, focus on your health. They don't wanna help, then fuck it, do it by yourself. Don't give them no excuse to put you on the shelf. If it's me, myself, and I, then it's no one else. Yeah. Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Yeah, practice what you preaching, but clearly they not practicing entitlement and pride. Yeah, those two things they factor in. Spiral out of control just from all the bantering. When they accustomed to talking behind your back with all that chattering. I remove myself before I abuse myself. Talk about self-love, but you gotta do it yourself. Yeah, I won't act too good for no help. We all healing now. Said some things about me that ain't true. How you feeling now? Even at my lowest, they tried to find a way to bring me down. Big y'all up for years, ain't talking just the brand or the sound. I don't throw things around, I do it from the heart proud. Mama just wanna see her sunshine, removing them dark clouds.
Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
So all I'm saying, I know ain't nobody got no smoke to want to come up on this panel today. You can't, because it's a fucked up thing in your brain now, and I get that. But you better damn believe that the Brits, they was not enslaving Big Meech and Pookie and Ray Ray. They was enslaving the people that they were accustomed to, and they continue to this day to bring their British subjects to this land
and work their plantations.
Facts. And it don't matter what color they is. You're not gonna be no Brit and just come over here and just enslave Pookie. Not happening.
Because Sister Betty, they wasn't having that. We wasn't having that.
No. Hell no.
We wasn't having that. That don't even make sense. You had to bring your own employee. You had to bring your own workers.
Right. Everything got fucked up when we assimilated into their corporation, when the 50 states became as they are today.
Now, see, that right there proves my point. I'm glad you said that, Shah son. I'm glad you said that. Black people never said we were Indian. They were saying we always had Indian blood.
Not my granny.
Blood. Think about what you just said, bro. Just think about what you just said right there in itself. You got blood of an Indian, but you from Africa. Okay, that makes sense.
He's so stupid. Judge Joe Brown, even Judge Joe Brown cleared that shit up. He said, I'm chocked up, but mostly all the way African. You got to catch shit for what it is.
Right.
Don't let me roll the tape. That's why I was laughing. But I'm mostly African. Judge Joe Brown. My parents checked out, but I'm mostly African. Hey now. Oh, you missed the whole the same sentence. Was let me see. Girly girl said, oh, wait a minute. Where is it? I gotta go over here to get that. Girly girl said that she find it, here it is. I just find it weird that same sentiment was conveyed to an entire generation across the world. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
We not talking about mixed people, Shay son. I tell you, boy, them little hit dogs is hollering.
I know it
So
hurt.
yeah, this is a fucking ball buster in itself. Born and raised. You gonna have some white person just gonna come and throw their son over in St. Croix or St. Kitts, or I don't care where it is, in the West Indian, raise them, orphan them. Come on now.
Be realistic, people, please. Use a little logic.
So what they mixed. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Big Meech ain't no fucking African. That's a straight up Indian right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All he missing is his headdress. And them are the niggas the British hate. All he missing is his headdress.
Who is that that
They've
said?
been side-eyeing the Indians. You get in the elevator with an Indian, they still side-eye them. Nervous, scared, don't know what this Indian gonna do. Picture him on the elevator, right? And you got like 5 pale faces on the elevator. And then he walking there with his headdress on. They all gonna be shitting. Her wishing to hurry up to get to the floor they supposed to get to.
You say pressing that button quick as hell, right? Pressing that button like, come on, this elevator moving too slow. Press the hell out that button. This elevator ain't going fast enough.
Hell yeah. They still do that shit today, and it's just mind-boggling me. They really think that when a brown guy, they even do it when we get on the elevator with him. That shit is crazy. That's why I said it must be in the blood, because you don't know me from anywhere. Why do I make you nervous standing in the elevator? Why? What is it? Is it energy? Is it that shit passes down for generations and generations? You could come on and be a brown dude in the elevator, right? With like 4 white guys, right? And you the only brown dude on the elevator. Why the fuck are all of them nervous? I never understood that. And when we walk in a store, it don't matter what fucking LLC store we walk in. All the white people do the same thing. Like we gonna do something, and it's your fucking grandson in there stealing all the steaks. That shit is it's fucking crazy. And we're in 2000, fucking about to be 2024, and they still are like that.
That's some deep, deep resentment.
That's crazy. It freaks me out, because I'm like, even when I go on, when the women too, if a brown woman get on the elevator and it's 3 white guys and 2 white girls, they're nervous. They're looking like, what the fuck am I gonna do to you? I gotta go to the bathroom and piss. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. That shit is crazy. When you walk into a meeting or in the town council, everybody on the table that's white feel like they got a shit. That's why I said, if you just show up to them fucking town hall meetings in your community, you can't speak, but you have a right to be there and you sit in the audience. Them motherfuckers at that town can see they're enjoying themselves because you're nowhere to be found. But when you show up, whether it's in a municipal, local, town council meeting or a fucking legislator, shit stops when a whole bunch of niggas show up. Why is that? Everybody's like nervous. Even the brown motherfuckers sitting up. It's like, I don't know what they gonna do. We ain't gonna do shit. Just sit there and listen. But in their heads the whole time, they don't know how to respond to you when you ask them a fucking question.
Nope. Society told them that we're unpredictable. That means they have no control.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Smoke was doing on the piano. Like, if you're brown and you have not been around people that look like you, and all of your life you work with people that don't fucking look like you, and then when you show up, the brown motherfuckers don't even know how to talk to you because they don't know. They just as nervous as the white dude. And the brown guy's head, oh God, I hope they don't come in here fucking embarrassing me. That's their attitude. The brown chick in the dress, professional dress, and the brown guy in the suit. Their first thought, if we don't come in there dressed up and I just go in there plain like this with my Giants t-shirt on to sit and listen, their fucking thought, instead of, hey, how you doing? It's, oh God, I hope this bitch don't come in here and embarrass me. Or I hope this motherfucker don't come in here and embarrass me, cause me not to get elected again. That's their thought, which is real fucked up. That's why I don't deal with them. I just do my fucking job and leave the bitch. That's what I do. Your energy already says how you feel about me. That's enough for me. So, all right, cool. But we both got to work in this bitch. Let me just do my work and get the fuck out. Because I don't want shit from you. Nothing. I don't want no conversation. I don't want no laughter. I just want to do a good job and leave. The motherfucking plantation. I don't know.
I'm sure about to dive back into that guy. He was
But
born in the West Indies. Born in
St.
the West
Croix.
Indies.
They're the St. Croix people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at them, they do not look like a bunch of Jamaicans. That's why I said St. Croix and the Virgin Islands, period. And Barbados and Trinidad. They're totally different from people from Jamaica. They are. They act different. Their mannerisms different. Their food tastes different. A whole lot better. They're just not like them. I know people from St. Croix, St. Kitts, Barbados, all those other islands. Jamaica is the only one that acts like Africans and British Europeans.
This was very eye-opening, Sister Bethy. Once again,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, man. I done had enough. I don't know who's live, but I just want you to open your mind and leave this open for people to watch, because it's important. And when you read it again, you're gonna find something else new, something else interesting. You are. You truly are, man. I'm the only brown American nurse on my shift. The rest are Nigerian. The staff is confused about how to interact with me. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for real. Nobody know how to react with Indians, man. They don't. But It is what it is, y'all. That's all I got for today. And I will have more tomorrow. You better believe it. I just say, at the end of the day, I don't know who the fuck is who. Or who is really who. Or who ain't who. A stupid ass nigga like Shay Sonner come up here. It was all the British white guys. How the fuck you know? Was you there? How do you know? They don't bring no proof. None at all. Who really are the British subjects? Are they the ones on the right or the ones on the left? Any enslaved person could be a British subject, especially when your dumbass volunteer. You could be a volunteer Indian, like volunteer to be the president, volunteer to be a legislator. Anybody could be a British subject. If you in their colony and you're trying to get into their system or work in their system,
I guess
how many niggas volunteer?
So would that volunteer work be considered as indentured servitude?
Sure would. Especially if you're getting paid off the people's tax dollars. That would be a fact. That would be a fact.
That's indentured servitude.
I'm like done here, man. I love y'all. I'm out.
Thank you, Sister Bethy.
You're welcome, bro.
Then they put you on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by. And you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was wait your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile. It's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. You was only 21 with a son on the run, no. You was living in the jungle. Got charged for a murder and some weed and a gun, no. You was moving like Rumbo. Did your time like a champ, never rumble. You was on the wrong path, you was young, though. You ain't never let it break you, stay humble. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the fire and the pain in my mama's eyes. I was just a little boy, I always wondered why. Cause you couldn't help raise me by her side. I was taught to speak the truth and never tell a lie. But I know you wasn't capable of homicide. You was just a real nigga, always down the ride. I thank God that he gave you a second time. You got caught up in the field, but you still alive. For the fam, yeah, I know you never jeopardized. All the time that you did it only made you wise. Collect call 30 seconds, yeah, I love you. Learned a lot of life lessons from my uncles. This a letter to my pops up top, and it's still fuck cops. I don't eat pork chops, no. So we got the city on lock, it's going down, young jock, yeah. Then they put you on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by. And you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was wait your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile. It's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. All these trials, tribulation. All these trials, situations. Trials we be facing, times we was waiting. Now we at the finish line. Now we at the finish line. Damn near fell, got the call on my cell that my pops got robbed and he got shot up. I was working at SP, that was in KP. I was focused on making me $1. His business got lost, his life almost cost. I was in the parking lot thinking about my grandma. He got sent home back to Trinity, had to make a way up, and some youngins tried to take it off from him. I remember days right before I graduate, had to go to Jersey. It was visits in the state pen. On the other side of the glass, yeah, things moving fast at the time. Now I really couldn't face him. I ain't understand till my mom sat me down like a man, and that day, yeah, it changed me forever. I wanted revenge, but I'ma get it when I make it out. And I put him in that Miami weather. Convos on the WhatsApp, got me moving real tight, cause you never turn your back even when it got spooky. Know for a fact you ain't cut me no slack. You will rewind time, yeah, like it was a movie. But it's real life and we gotta look ahead. Glad you alive, I don't gotta say you dead. Only the strong survive, it's the reason you here. Cheers to the next couple years, yeah. Then they put you on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by, and you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was waste your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile, it's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line.
Long live Ed. Yeah. These are my memoirs. Light up a cigar, smoke up the memories as I sit and dust them off. Why do people say it's just to piss you off? Ignore them, no call button, and then dress too par. Now they can't test the guards, had to defy the odds. It only get tougher back then, we thought times was hard. Told them don't write me off, told her don't type at all. To all the ones that gave up, this a reply to y'all. That wavy haired kid that you knew, been on a tear since. The cries was lower than the laughter, now that I'm here. The praise for staying committed to something they played with. It was always about us, it's never about who's your favorite. Took my insecurities and made my future more secure. The way we moving, it's like we really been here before. The proof is in the progress from the year before. Furthermore, we wanted to further things more. They took another route, so what you think we kings for? No angel ever said, yo, who these wings for? Ain't no champion ever said, who these rings for? So don't question what God doing, who you live for. Start accepting who you are and what you do it for. Doing less, doing more, it's really either or. Meet them halfway when one close, here go another door. Here go your dreams, what you running for? Head full of steam, cause you want it, huh? But it's in your genes, you was born a star.
Yeah, damn, we done came far. The blessings soon pay off. I don't get a day off. Feel like the playoffs, they like, when y'all gon' take off? Dale got laid off, now we focused on trademarks. We just making hits after hits, no Adolf. Now they wanna eat off the same plate that I ate off. They really be brainwashed, I sold ain't for trade-offs. Listen to these verses, these are thoughts that I brainstorm. People do me wrong, but nowadays I just pray for them. I've been under pressure, you can't tell cause I stay calm. I need peace and quiet, all I hear is the rain falls. Now all I see is green like my name was Draymond. I is so the brand and you know we gon' rain on. Shout out to